I'm Chris, a lifelong musician from Richmond, Virginia, and music has been the pulse of my life since childhood. My father's passion for music was extensive and diverse, and that early exposure facilitated a deep love for all types of music. I've been a part of some incredible projects. I was 14 years old when I played my first professional gig as behind the drum kit with my brother and friends in our band Flat Stanley. We had an MTV video and we toured the Southeast for a few years, and then later on my band Breadwinner became underground famous, influencing a generation of indie music, inspiring bands like Lamb of God and Battles. And then as Dust, I've released nearly 60 tracks across 8 labels, supported by DJs like Jake Kenzo, Slimzy, Fun Zero. I've produced whatever feels right at the time, with nods to dubstep and grime and other genres, but not really fitting neatly into a single category. Pavan of Foreign Beggars signed me to Foreign Currency Dark Mode and released 3 EPs of mine, and I had the opportunity to sign my first artist to a label, Darn from New Delhi. Later on, DJ Slimzy, the godfather of grime, welcomed me to his label Slimzos.
Hold tight, Dust on this one. This one's a Percy. Yee!
And released a total of 8 songs of mine, and briefly appointed me as A&R, which is responsible for talent scouting and signing new artists. At that point, I signed 11 artists to Slimzos in a span of a month. The most gratifying signing was bringing on my fellow Virginia resident and friend Gordo Dubs. That culminated in my first Dust release on vinyl, with my song 1997 on the flip side of his underground smash, Icebreaker VIP. And that came out on a Tiffany Blue 10-inch dubplate in 2024. While I love producing music, what excites me more is discovering it, finding artists from all over the world whose talent often exceeds the exposure they're getting. That's why I'm starting a record label, because I love finding artists that deserve more attention. It lets me connect artists, bring people together who may never have met otherwise. Now that I have some experience doing A&R for others, I'm launching Dustal Cell, vinyl-centered label focused on forward-thinking electronic music, dedicated to music with depth that will be an extension of my curation. Not limited to a particular genre, nor needing to fit neatly into one, drawing from dubstep, grime, UKG, UK funky, dub techno, anything that sounds contemplative, dreamy, cosmic, percussive certainly, syncopated, and you can hear those in my blends that I've been doing on YouTube recently. Music that carries the history of dance music while pushing it somewhere new. Music made for deep listening. People who care about sound art, not just sick drops, but texture, emotion, and not just for the dance floor, but music that rewards deep listening. To launch Dustal Cell properly, I'm starting it off with my second collaboration with ILLAMAN, an esteemed MC and rapper from London, and he also fronts a metal punk grime band, Peng Shui. Kickstarter will help us press our first release and fund the foundation of the label. That includes startup costs like recording costs, vinyl mastering, distribution, marketing. The first Dustal Cell release will be a limited run. Merchandise to create a sustainable pipeline for future releases. If I'm going to do merch, that's going to be high quality, 100% cotton, premium hoodies and tees. And also setting the stages for future releases. If you love underground electronic music and vinyl culture and supporting artists with compatible tastes as your own, I'd love for you to be a part of this. We're living in a complicated time, and in moments like this, art matters more than ever, and music is what connects us and grounds us. Dustal Cell is about discovering incredible artists and sharing their work with people who truly want to hear it. Thank you for watching and for helping bring Dustal Cell to life.